Welcome students. Imagine a patient with sepsis. Within few hours, the number of bacteria in the bloodstream can increase dramatically, producing toxins and causing life-threatening illness. What gives these small organisms the ability to grow so rapidly and survive in different environments? The answer is bacterial metabolism. Today, I am here to discuss this topic. Every biochemical test is based on a specific metabolic reaction occurring inside the bacterial cell. Once you understand the bacterial metabolism, many clinical microbiology concepts become much easier. Let us begin the session. What do you mean by bacterial metabolism? Total of all chemical reactions occurring in microbial cell which are required for survival, growth and replication. Two major components of the bacterial metabolism. It has two. So catabolism breaks down complex substances into simpler molecules, releases energy in the form of ATP. Examples: glucose is converted to pyruvate by the glycolytic pathway, then aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, fermentation. What is the importance of catabolism? It provides energy for cell division, motility, transport and biosynthesis. Then anabolism uses ATP to build complex molecules from simpler precursors. Then it produces proteins, nucleic acids, cell wall components, cell membrane, lipids, polysaccharides. What is the importance of anabolism? Essential for bacterial growth, repair and multiplication. So in short, catabolism is the process that mainly leads to the breakdown of the complex molecules into simpler ones. So and produces the energy, and this energy is utilized by the anabolism process, which is also the biosynthesis process, and it leads to the production of macromolecules which mainly helps in the formation of cell membrane of the bacteria. Importance of bacterial metabolism. Microbes obtain energy and nutrients to live and reproduce. Variation in metabolic pathway is useful in biochemical test, helps to differentiate the species of microorganism. The metabolic products are useful for human beings. Examples: ethanol is used for production of wine and beer. Propionic acid is used for flavoring Swiss cheese. Steps of bacterial metabolism. So first fueling, followed by biosynthesis, then polymerization, and finally ends in assembly. So what do you mean by fueling? Acquisition of essential nutrients from external environment, then transport of nutrients into the cell. The nutrients serve as raw materials for synthesis of precursor metabolites. Then pathways involved in fueling. So three main pathways are involved. First is the EMP pathway, that is Embden-Meyerhof-Parnas pathway, which is also known as the glycolytic pathway. Then TCA cycle, that is a tricarboxylic acid cycle. And third is the pentose phosphate pathway, which is also known as HMP pathway. So biosynthesis, this process uses precursor metabolites to produce building blocks, that is amino acid, fatty acid, sugar and nucleotides. Polymerization, assemble of building blocks into macromolecules, that is lipids, lipopolysaccharide, polysaccharides, proteins, nucleic acid, and assembly means assemble of all micromolecules into bacterial cell structure. Then coming to the Embden-Meyerhof-Parnas pathway, breakdown of glucose into two molecules of pyruvate occurs inside the cytoplasm of the bacterial cell. ATP is formed, does not utilize oxygen. Rate limiting step, that is conversion of fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6 biphosphate. Rate limiting enzyme is phosphofructokinase 1. So EMP pathway, in which the glucose is converted into two molecules of pyruvic acid. The next is the citric acid cycle or Krebs cycle. Cytosol of the bacteria. Pyruvate is completely oxidized to carbon dioxide. Initial reaction, oxaloacetate plus acetyl coenzyme A mainly leads to the formation of citrate. So TCA cycle, that is tricarboxylic acid cycle, main function is to extract energy from acetyl coenzyme A and produce molecules like NADH and FADH2 that will generate ATP in electron transport chain. So this cycle mainly starts with first oxaloacetate combines with acetyl coenzyme A and forms citrate. And this citrate is utilized by the bacteria as the sole source of carbon, and it is detected by the citrate test. So here in this cycle, the citrate is then converted into the isocitrate, then alpha ketoglutarate, then succinyl coenzyme A and forms succinate, then the fumarate followed by malate, then again ends in the oxaloacetate. So this is a concentric cycle where it starts with oxaloacetate and ends with oxaloacetate. So during this reaction, 2 carbon dioxide are produced, 3 NADH are produced, then 1 FADH2 and 1 ATP are produced. The hexose monophosphate pathway, also called as pentose phosphate pathway or phosphogluconate pathway, seen in Thiobacillus novellus and Brucella abortus. Site mainly occurs inside the cytosol. It starts with glucose 6-phosphate. NADPH is produced instead of NADH, can occur simultaneously with glycolysis. Hexose monophosphate pathway, it is another pathway by which bacteria use glucose. Its main function is to produce NADPH, which is the power of biosynthesis, and ribose 5-phosphate required for DNA and RNA synthesis. If the cell does not need ribose 5-phosphate, the pathway converts it into fructose 6-phosphate and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So these re-enter glycolytic pathway and are converted to pyruvate. In short, HMP pathway, H for hydrogen donor, that is NADPH, M for makes RNA and DNA, then P for protect against oxidative stress. These pathways lead to energy production. Energy is utilized for nutrient uptake and production of precursor metabolites. Energy is stored in the form of ATP. Oxidation reduction reaction, electrons move from electron donor to electron acceptor. So redox reaction consists of 2 half of reaction, electron donating half reaction, that is known as oxidation reaction, and electron accepting half reaction known as reduction reaction. 2 most important electron carriers are NAD plus and NADP plus. NAD plus carries electrons in catabolic reactions. Then NADP plus carries electrons in anabolic reactions. Both are derived from vitamin B nicotinic acid. Fermentation. It is an anaerobic metabolism of the glucose. A series of oxidoreduction reaction occurs in which a carbon energy source is used as electron donor and acceptor. The process that can keep glycolysis pathway functioning. Microbial fermentation possesses 4 unifying characters. NADH is oxidized to NAD+, oxygen is not needed, ETC cannot operate, electron acceptor is pyruvate or its derivatives, ATP is generated by substrate level phosphorylation. So substrate level phosphorylation means here the ATP is produced from a substrate by donating phosphate group. Pathways of fermentation, strategies for substrate phosphorylation. This pathway have 3 general stages. Of the fermentable compound to phosphate donor, second phosphorylation of ADP by phosphate donor, then third metabolic stage bring the product of fermentation into a chemical balance with the starting material, and second is the fermentation of the glucose. Fermentation of the glucose occurs in the 2 pathway. One is the homolactic pathway in which glucose 6-phosphate is mainly fermented to 2-lactate, and heterolactic pathway in which glucose 6-phosphate is fermented to lactate, ethanol, succinate, fumarate, like this many type of the acids. Examples. The fermentation pathway is mainly seen in Streptococcus species, Lactobacillus, Bacillus, Escherichia coli, Enterobacter species, Salmonella species. Used in the production of cheese and yogurt. It is divided into 2 types. One is homolactic fermentation. It is mainly seen in case of Enterococci, Streptococci and Lactobacilli, and heterolactic fermentation is seen in Leuconostocs. So this is OF test or Hugh and Lefson's test. Mainly demonstrates how bacteria metabolize glucose either by oxidation process, that is glucose utilization in presence of oxygen, or by fermentation process in which the glucose utilization occurs in the absence of oxygen, and finally leads to the production of energy. So this is sugar fermentation test, shows how bacteria obtain energy by fermenting specific sugars, that is either glucose or lactose or sucrose or mannitol etc., resulting in the production of acid and gas. So this is mixed acid fermentation pathway in which glucose is metabolized into different types of acids like the succinic acid, fumaric acid, then ethanol, then acetic acid, and leads to mixed acid production. So this metabolism is mainly detected by the MR test. Then butanediol pathway in which glucose is metabolized to 2,3-butanediol, and this metabolic pathway is mainly used in this test, that is the Vogt-Proskauer test, that is BP test. So this is electron transport chain in which electrons are transported and finally leads to the production of ATP. So first NADH and FADH2 donate electrons. Electrons move through a series of carrier proteins in the bacterial cell membrane. The energy released forms hydrogen ion outside the cell membrane. So this creates a proton gradient, that is high hydrogen outside and low hydrogen inside. Then hydrogen ions flow back through the ATP synthase. ATP synthase uses the energy to produce ATP. Finally, oxygen accepts the electrons and combines with hydrogen ions to form water. Then anaerobic respiration. Final electron acceptor is the nitrate, nitrite or carbon dioxide, less efficient way of energy production. Examples: bacteria that carry out both aerobic and anaerobic respiration is Paracoccus denitrificans. Most important electron acceptor is the nitrate. Nitrate reduction occurs in two pathways, that is ammonification and denitrification. Both these pathways are called as dissimilatory pathway. So then this is the nitrate reduction pathway in which the most important metabolic pathway is conversion of nitrate to nitrite, and this nitrate is mainly detected in the following test, that is nitrate reduction test. Here the three metabolic pathways are related with each other, that is protein metabolism, carbohydrate metabolism and lipid metabolism. So carbohydrate metabolism, which mainly the product metabolized to pyruvic acid, and this pyruvic acid enters into the acetyl coenzyme A and forms the Krebs cycle, and ultimate products is the production of carbon dioxide and electrons. Then proteins then enters into through the glycolytic pathway, then Krebs cycle, and also forms the electrons. And lipids metabolism also leads to the formation of electrons. So electrons are collected here and they enters through the electron transport chain and finally produce water and ATP. Next is the amino acid synthesis. Here different types of amino acids are synthesized and these are mainly required for the synthesis of macromolecules. So quick review of the topic. The first, glucose, lactose, sucrose and mannitols. They undergoes glycolytic pathway and forms pyruvate. And these three sugars are tested by a biochemical test, that is TSI test, or to quick reverse the fermentation and form lactic acid, then ethanol, then mixed acid, then 2,3-butanediol. So these end products mainly decides which bacteria uses which metabolic pathway. So lactic acids are mainly produced by Streptococcus and Lactobacillus. Ethanol is produced by some yeast and bacteria. Mixed acid by Escherichia coli and 2,3-butadiene are mainly produced by Enterobacter and Klebsiella. The mixed acid and 2,3-butadiene both metabolic pathway are mainly detected in a biochemical test, that is MRBP test. Next, pyruvate is mainly converted to acetyl coenzyme A, which enters into the Krebs cycle and form electrons. Amino acids are converted to pyruvate, and this metabolic pathway is mainly detected in a biochemical test, that is indole test. Then amino acids undergoes deamination process and form ammonia, from ammonia to urea, and this urea are mainly used by the protease bacteria, and they usually produce the ATP, and it is detected in a test that is known as urease test. So remember one thing, in aerobic respiration, oxygen is the final electron acceptor, produces highest ATP, and in anaerobic respiration, sulfate or other molecules instead of oxygen as the final electron acceptor. Understanding bacterial metabolism is like learning the language of bacteria. Once you know how they produce energy, you can predict how they grow, survive, and how we identify them in the laboratory. So build up your concept today and strengthen your diagnostic skill. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe the channel for more microbiology session. See you all in the next session. Till then, enjoy the video. If you have any doubt, write in comment sections.